Hey everyone, Sean Savin Moo, and today we got something for you that's going to really help with your distance and your extension, getting rid of that chicken wing, and it's all part of extending the trail arm. Those are the buzzwords that we're hearing a lot about. Where to extend the trail arm at the ball, through the ball, and the consequences for both of those. You really don't want to miss this show. All right, now before we start, again, this is so valuable. Every week our videos, you really don't want to miss them, so please subscribe to our channel.
Please leave a comment or question down below and give us a thumbs up.
Be sure to hit that bell so you don't miss any videos.
Now, simple analogies to help you get your mind around where we want that trail arm to extend. So if I was actually throwing a ball in that direction, the human kinetic chain starts with the foot, through the ground, through the leg, through the core, through the elbow, and then through the fingers, right? So the elbow leads the hand, and maximum extension is out here where I'm letting go of that ball. And that's where you also get maximum peak speed. There. Now, if we look at, if I was to slice through a bamboo shoot with a nice machete, foot, leg, core, elbow, hand, blade, tip of blade, full extension here, not, you don't want it here. So you extend fully there, the tip of the blade passes, gets through, and not a good scene, right? So if I'm in tennis, I'm moving through the tennis ball, and maximum extension is beyond the tennis ball and into that service box. And golf is not any different at all. Don't want to forget the old hockey players. So if I'm taking a puck from over here and I want to send the puck in that direction, well, there's a loading of the stick. So that arm, starts to leverage against that lead arm. We're collecting the puck from here and we're extending the stick out there. So peak speed is there. That's where trail arm extends. See a pattern? All right. Now, consequences. When you extend in that direction, and that's what we want to extend toward the target. This is a collection area, not an impact area. And that's where the release area is to send that ball on its way into that flight plan that you chose. So if my grip was very neutral, see that? And my grip, my club face was square, and then I go into my backswing, fold and hinge. Now I'm going toward the target, so the hands come through. See how open that is? Look at that. How do I get this to square up? Well, I could do a little bit with the wrist and bow that wrist, but then wait a second, I'm going to have to do a little bit of smother and a little body English to finish the job, and that's where everything gets dislodged. The center of my swing moves forward. Now I'm swiping across to the left, the ball slicing out to the right, or I'm pulling it to the left. I'm very deep and gougy with my divots. My divots are off to the left. Not a good scene there either. So if we close the face 45 degrees, here's a beautiful acid test. We get into baseball. Baseball's the same way. So I wait for my pitcher. The pitch comes. Watch what happens. Foot, leg, core, arms. Oh, look at that. That's not very closed, is it? It's opened up big time because the hands always come through before the baseball bat. You never bring the tip of the bat before the hands. That's crazy, right? So when you have an adequate grip or an adequate way to square up your club, a lot of different ways that you see the guys on tour squaring up the club, But you'll see the vast majority behind the scenes, and especially on the LPGA Tour, Sav, I saw a lot of strong grips at the British Open. Kupcho, strong grip. And a few of the Korean players have a very strong grip as well. So the stronger the grip, the less the need to bow the wrist. The more neutral the grip is, the more you're going to have to use your anatomy to square things up, and that's where things get a little strenuous. If you've done it since you were this high, after learning how to walk, all the best to you, right? So let's say I'm Zach Johnson, got a very strong grip, or Webb Simpson, or Paul Azinger, right? Super strong. Now, when I relax my grip, see how everything wants to come back? But then when my hands come through first, there we go. Now I have access to my target. So here we go. Backswing. I'm going to target. So I'm going to send that ball out into my picture. My brain goes to the ground. Uses the ground to get my body out of the way. Here come my hands. Then the shaft. Then the heel of the club. Ah, there we go. Then the toe of the club. So I'm actually collecting the ball here. See my trail arm still bent? And releasing the ball out there. So it's collect, release. Collect, release. Collect, release. See how deep that is right there? Now, if I go at the ball, distance to ball changes dramatically depending upon where your focus is. So if I'm going to swing at the ball, I got to do this. And if I swing at the ball, yeah, I can go neutral and square, and I'm releasing at the ball will tend to go straight. Problem is, I'm going to be 30 yards minimum off my potential distance. There's 30 yards difference between at the ball and through the ball to the target. I think the choice is very clear once you understand and feel how that compression happens. When you send that ball off to the target, you'll never want to go back. So I get set up. I'm going to send it out there. So imagine I'm taking grass blades from here and I'm going to splatter them into the wall right next to that hockey stick. Out there. See where the club's passing? Bring that into the ball. Now I'm going to go for the ball. See where that went? Not good, is it? But if I go back to splatter the grass on the wall, watch what happens. Wide, fold hinge, target, target, target. Look at where my trail arm is now. It's out in front of me, but I got room. It's still nicely bent. My hands are past the ball. Now the club comes down. Ha! Look at that. Collect, release. Perfect. How do you like them apples? So, I'm going to hit a couple shots for you. Nice ball position. Now I'm taking my blades of grass and I'm going to send them way out there into my picture. Oh yeah, that was the one. Landing right about now. And we're looking at 185 yards carry with a 7-iron for 56-year-old guy. I'm going to be 56 next month, in less than a month. Can you believe it? So let's look at how Sav and Moo do with this. So, Sav, take a backswing and stop. Now, look at this. Look at how close that face is at the top. Everybody's freaking over, she really has a very strong grip, and look at how close that face is. Come on down in slow motion, Sav. Show them how it's done. We're going through. See how the hands come through first, then the shaft. Look at the club face now. Gorgeously square. She will never have to worry about squaring up her club ever. Okay? And then also, because that grip is so nice and strong, when she hits a fade, it's a power fade. She will never hit a glancing fade with that. It's just path after that in the direction that she wants to start the ball combined with the ball position, okay? So we have other videos for that. So, Sav, go ahead and set up. Show me how you're going to collect and release that sucker into the direction. Yeah. Good. What club is that? 8 iron. Okay. So see I put the ball on the tee for you guys. So imagine the tee is the dandelion stem, and you're going to take that stem of that dandelion and whip it out there to the left of that intermediate point. Oh, gorgeous. What was carry on that? So 147. So that's your stock 150 club, 8 iron. Okay. Yeah. There it is. So you only lost like a half club on that fade. Very nice. So that was a 140 fade, 173 to the left, which is a nice, tidy, straight fade on your shot. Very nice. Moo, come on in. All right. So Moo's going to hit a draw for you. Notice he's using that rubber tee as an intermediate point. He's going to send that ball slightly left of that intermediate point for his draw. So we're starting it there and drawing it back to behind that intermediate point.
Correct.
Ooh, baby. What iron is that, Moo?
8 iron.
8 iron. 8 iron at 101 club head speed. You hit that just a smidge thin, and it was 192 carry. How about them apples? So if you look at, the split screen here, and you'll really see how Moo is moving through the golf ball, and that extension is happening way out here in the direction of the target. So the difference between this and 3 years ago,
Yeah, it's major.
Moo, before we got him to where he is today, when he first started out, everything was at the ball. That's what you do, right? You go for the golf ball.
Yeah.
And I would say that at one point at the end of the season, you hit a 5 iron about 205, same distance as I did.
Yeah.
I said, all right, Moo's got some good potential here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Little did we know that after last winter, all hell would break loose.
Yeah.
And now Moo is naturally hitting 200 yards with his 8 iron.
Yeah, effortlessly too.
Right. And me, pissed. Okay? Not happy. Because now he's 3 clubs ahead of me. Whereas I was thinking, oh, he's got the potential to hit it about the same distance as me.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you're delivering through the ball versus at the ball. Really great things are going to happen. Yeah. They happen to Moo, they happen to Sav, they happen to me because I've been enjoying this my whole life, and now they're going to happen to you. How about that?